Here we go. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is the final film in the Skywalker saga and the final film in this now Star Wars sequel trilogy that has been going on since 2015. And this film is about things. I can't even talk about the plot. Honestly, every single word is a spoiler in a way. And frankly speaking, I'm not going to say anything right now. I'm going to wait until the spoiler review to talk about it after I see the movie again tomorrow morning, and then I'll have more cohesive thoughts on what I want to say about this film. For right now, I'm going to have to play things a little vague. I know a lot of people are seeing it tonight. A lot of people have probably seen it as they're clicking on this review. And I'm sure there's a lot of opinions going around, and there have been. So, how was The Rise of Skywalker? Well, it's not bad. It's kind of a mess at points. The storytelling is definitely the biggest negative of this film. The first half, in particular, is just a big, mashed, like, bunch of scenes together, and I found it to be extremely jarring. The opening crawl, I'm not even going to spoil it, but the opening crawl is a movie. Like, it should have been its own movie. When you finally jump into this film, when you're in the middle of everything, it's like, a lot's happened. And we've traversed a lot of ground from The Last Jedi to this movie. And honestly speaking, I was lost for a long time. I was like, wait, what's happening right now? Who is this? What's going on here? Why are they going here? Oh, this is a thing that's happening apparently. And honestly, this film feels short. This is a 2 hour and 20-minute film, and I honestly think that they were going for like 3.5 hours to even potentially 4. Like, this was set up as a big epic, and it feels cut down. Easily, this is the most bizarre thing about the film. The first half, really, this is the biggest culprit of the film. The second half I actually really like. I think it's a fairly competent movie, and there's a lot to love in the second half. It also has very little explanation for a few things. There are significant plot holes that are there even by the end of the film. There's one thing in particular that has so many different side questions that are never answered, and I honestly wish that they were. I'm going too much into detail now, so I'm gonna stop that, and I'm gonna talk more about that stuff in the spoiler review because, again, I gotta keep it super vague here. Let's talk about the positives, though. There are a lot of things I do actually like about the film despite this. I think as far as a visual spectacle and as a normal Star Wars movie goes, yeah, it's very entertaining. There's a lot to like in it. The action is very well filmed and directed. J.J. Abrams has always delivered on those things. This is a beautiful movie. There are some amazing looking shots that are going to be burned into your head after you watch this film. There are a few terrific performances. Daisy Ridley, I think, is the best she's been in this movie. Adam Driver as Kylo Ren is easily my favorite character of the sequel trilogy, and he does a brilliant job in here. Everybody's great. I like the new additions. I wish there were more with the newer additions, but there's not. Carrie Fisher, may she rest in peace, is in this movie, and there's been a lot of discussion about how she's in the film. They've incorporated her using footage they did not use in The Force Awakens to try and blend her into the environments that are in The Rise of Skywalker, because they didn't want to digitally recreate her because they thought that would be going against what Carrie would have wanted. And I think if you did not know this going into the film, you wouldn't notice. It would honestly feel like Carrie's there the whole time, and it is a very seamless transition they've made for the most part. And it is a fitting, legacy that Carrie Fisher has now left behind. May she rest in peace. But again, if you did not know this, if I did not tell you this, this would not come up in any conversations at all. So there's that. The musical score by John Williams is phenomenal. It potentially is his best since Empire. It's definitely very nostalgia heavy. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But it's very powerful stuff. There's some amazing motifs. There's a bunch of stuff they've done with the dark side this time that I really liked. And once again, on a different note, one of the best things about this film that I still think is like one of the best parts of this entire sequel trilogy, maybe the best, is the connection between Rey and Kylo Ren. I really like these two in terms of their connection. I think it's one of the most powerful aspects of the entire saga, actually. And the chemistry between Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver is phenomenal. And I like their scenes. I like that they've expanded on a couple of things from The Last Jedi, which again, I'm going to get to that in a second. And I do think that they added a lot to that. There's some great character moments that way. Like I said, great action, great musical score, great performances. But those are things you expect in a Star Wars movie by now. Even the weakest Star Wars movies have most of those things to offer. It's really the storytelling and certain decisions that they've taken that I feel like, one, they needed to be fleshed out, and two, they just feel rushed. Which leads me to my biggest issue with The Rise of Skywalker, which is it doesn't feel planned. Now, there has been a lot of discussion about the fact that this was always the end goal. Like, we were going to have the Emperor in it. This is not a spoiler. He's on the poster. And we were going to have this whole thing about he's the big guy pulling all the strings, and, you know, we're going to have him be the big bad guy. And honestly, now that I've seen the film, no, I don't think that was the plan at all. I think The Last Jedi happened, Snoke died, and then somewhere along the way in pre-production of The Rise of Skywalker, they're like, oh yeah, we need a Emperor! He's back, I guess! Yay! It's like, what? The problem is now when you watch this film and you go back to the last two movies, it really doesn't feel like any of this trilogy is cohesively connecting to make a genuinely like proper trilogy. It feels kind of messy because J.J. Abrams did something in The Force Awakens. He set some stuff up. Rian Johnson came in and said, cool, and he subverted a few things. And then Abrams came in and was like, nah, can we go back to that thing? I like that thing. I was liking what I was doing. And so a lot of this movie at times feels like it's also damage control for The Last Jedi, especially that first 35 to 40 minutes. And I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, it was very divisive, so I guess you want to make things okay with the fans again. But again, I feel like, I don't know. The funny thing about the criticism with The Rise of Skywalker, any criticism, is that it's not something that I really care about at the moment. And the reason I say that is because I have seen newfound love for the for the Last Jedi and the prequels recently. You know, fans used to hate the prequels, now they really love the prequels. Fans were very split on The Last Jedi. They're still kind of split on it, but I saw a lot of praise for it recently on like social media. So, you know, maybe they got something in that. I don't know. It's very funny to try and quantify what people are going to think of it. I only can speak from personal experience, and the thing is, I do like a lot of stuff in this movie. It's just that it is also very convoluted, that first half, and it does struggle at points, and a lot of things feel like they were added in because they were added in. And that was something that I found to be very unfortunate. So here's the thing with the grade. I'm going to give it a grade. I'm going to give it a preliminary grade. I'm seeing it again tomorrow morning. I'm going to do a spoiler review for you guys then. When I do that spoiler review, I'll either cement the grade or I might bump it up, or it's probably not going to go down. I'm going to set a baseline for now. Preliminary wise, I'm going to give Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker a 7 out of 10. I think it's a decent film. I think there's a lot of nice stuff in it. I don't think it's the worst Star Wars movie, as some people are calling it. That's a stretch. But it is definitely a major step down from the other two. And it's let's see. I'm interested in the fan conversation that's going to happen with people in this after this movie is done. But for now, that's what I think of it. Like I said, I'll have the spoiler review for you guys up tomorrow evening. I'll talk more in detail about it. If you've seen it, please do check it out. If you've not seen it, please come back later and check it out. That's the best thing I can say about it. But for now, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Look forward to more reviews very soon. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe. I'll see you guys in the movies.